U.S. tenants spend more than they can afford on rent.
I believe it.
Oh, I could see that.
I know.
1,000%.
Welcome back to Hannah's Newsroom. Today, bringing you a news article from CNBC.com. The rental market softens, but half of U.S. tenants spend more than they can afford
Why do you think that is?
on rent. You know why?
Does it say? No way. All right,
It.
cool.
So the highlights of this baddie is cost burdened households are those who spend 30% or more of their income on rent and utilities.
It's supposed to be like 25%, right? Or something like that. That's like what money people like recommend.
Don't go over 25%.
Yeah.
So if
You
you're
don't have to spend 25%.
right,
Just don't go over.
but in today's rental, boop, 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 I see TikToks all the time. They're raising my rent $1,400. They're raising my rent $300 a month. They're raising my rent
What?
$500 a month.
Oh my gosh.
God.
That sounds terrible.
That sounds
Yes.
I saw a video. It may have been on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, and this guy was doing a tour of a New York apartment, and it was like a closet. It was a closet. Literally, it just had enough room for a bed, had one window, and then it had like not a built-in. It was like a IKEA dresser. And then he was
For the
like,
bed.
"Oh, the bathroom's down the hall." There was no bathroom, there was no kitchen, there was nothing, and it was in New York. And I think he said it was like double what you would think. And he's like, you get a place to sleep.
And he was probably like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna take it."
No, he was just doing like tours.
Tours.
Like
Okay.
yeah,
Okay,
like
I missed
what
that part.
your money gets you in New York kind of thing.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, "What?" Yeah, it's freaking ridiculous. It is crazy.
Well, the rent, like in the Springs, so you pay how much for a 2-bedroom?
That one bedroom.
1 bedroom.
One bedroom, one bath, 847 square feet. After all of their fees
Yeah.
and stuff like that, I think now with our rent increase, it's going to be a little over $1,500.
Which is not bad.
No,
Yeah.
It's not
it's
bad.
not actually bad.
It's not bad.
The house, three houses down. Yeah, the 3 houses down, $2,700 a month in rent is what they're asking.
Are you freaking kidding me?
20, yeah.
That's
no,
because that's what their mortgage is on
they
it.
might have just lowered it to like 24 because no one.
No.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
No.
You might as well just. So, I love just looking on Zillow.
Me
It's
too.
so fun.
It
You know, you
is.
just want to know what people are asking.
yeah.
And like, so I went just for funsies rent houses to rent. Like 3,500, 33. And I'm like, I guess you can't if you don't have good credit and you like you might not be able to get with interest rates, you might not be able to get a house payment for that much. So if you want something nice, but you could also just go into an apartment and pay half that and save what you would pay on the rent to get a down payment for a house. I don't know. That's just like me. It's freaking crazy. But they're saying that young couples can't afford to buy a house. Like the average age that couples are like getting into a house is like going to it just keeps shifting because of the interest rates and like housing market and all that stuff. It's crazy.
You
This-
get roommates now. So
Yeah,
everyone talk about roommates.
It's
Yeah.
like wild. You're like, you're married and you have a roommate?
Yeah.
Like, it's weird.
It's weird.
Yeah.
So this article is based off of a Harvard study that was done for this stuff, and it says that the amount of young people living at home because they literally cannot afford it is almost 50%.
Whoa.
Of people between 18 and 29 live with their parents, and
29.
that goes back, like, they haven't seen it since the 1940s with the Great Depression.
Whoa.
I saw a TikTok where this guy was going around asking older people, how much did you pay for your house?
Oh.
Your very first house.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody said $25,000.
No, they did not.
Oh my gosh.
Stop it.
And he was like, huh? They were like, yep, bye.
I mean, so yeah, because James said that his parents, I think they paid like for the first house that they had was like $80,000 in South Carolina, and they lived in now the city that they lived in that they bought that house is like one of the places. It's like up and coming and stuff like that. So like the houses are like crazy expensive now, and it's just like.
And minimum wage is still the same
And
from back in the day.
minimum wage is
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't.
No.
That it's wild.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's also like kind of, also part of me wonders if that a lot of that has to do with, do you think that people just think that they're going to be the next big thing sometimes? Like these younger kids, because TikTok, these young people go and they've like made a name for themselves on TikTok, Instagram, like, you know what I'm saying? YouTube.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, I'm gonna be that person, and
It just never happens.
it just never happens. So
Yeah.
they don't ever like try to like have a career, and then if that side hustle works, like I don't know.
I think it goes back to choices.
Well, yeah,
Like if back in the day, if somebody bought their house for $25,000 in California, it ain't like that no more.
yeah,
Ew.
And somebody wants a house, they're not going to be able to afford to buy a house in California where their parents are at. But they have a really great job, just not
yeah.
good enough.
Yeah,
So maybe they're just, and a lot of people, they'll live there to build up,
yeah,
to be able
Yeah.
to get,
uh-huh.
which I mean, if you can, and
Yeah.
that's great,
Yeah.
do it,
Yeah, I don't. So I wonder if that study is a little bit skewed because it doesn't actually show the reasons behind people leaving. Because I think I've seen a lot of Instagram videos and TikToks where it's like moved in with my parents to build our dream home.
Different.
Right?
It's
It's
different to me.
No,
like,
Yeah.
think
know?
this was based off of, because it said between 2019 and 2021 or 22, like everything had increased by 3.9% or whatever.
yeah,
And then, of course, interest rates and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like it just depends.
yeah. No, it does. Yeah,
And it
yeah.
depends on where you're at, because out here, the houses are stupid.
Yeah,
Like, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous. When you look at the history of a house,
yeah,
and
the jump.
in 2015, it was worth $100,000. Now they're trying to sell it for $400,000.
Yeah.
You're like,
yeah. Whoa. Cool,
and they haven't
cool,
updated
cool.
it since the
Yeah, it
the
is.
And they haven't
70s.
done any updates.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
god.
you're like-
Yeah.
You
You're
had
like,
the shag
cool.
carpet.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Corey,
Yeah.
we didn't put that much into it to
Yeah.
flip it, but anyway, it's a dog eat dog world out there.
Yeah, it really is.
Let me tell
Doggy
ya.
dog.
And
Doggy
it's
dog.
a lot of
Speaking
it also comes down to choices.
Yeah,
Like
agreed.
art, so
Yeah.
anyway.
Well, if you weren't sad about it.
Depression.
Hey,
Yeah.
but here's the thing: is some people choose to never buy a home.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
owning a home is a lot of work.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
both do, and it's like to upkeep it is a lot of work, and some people just don't want that, or they travel a ton for work, and they why have a house? Like there's a lot of choices out there. So maybe some of those numbers were pulled
Yeah.
for that too.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That's
I'm
a
not.
good point,
I'm not
yeah.
Harvard
I
doing a study. It's Hannah's Newsroom. So
Yeah. So
you get what you get.
Facts are facts.
Don't go with it.
So
Thank you
All
so
right.
much for joining us. Have a
Yes.
wonderful rest of your day and week. We will see you next time.
Yes.
Bye.